This is unfreaking believable. Dr. Jumana Nagarala, the lead defendant in a historic case and trial of genital cutting, has been freed Tuesday on a whopping $4.5 million bond. A bond that was secured by generous friends. Probably the same friends who come from Muslim cesspools who have taken taxpayer funds. It's been 2 months since U.S. District Judge Bernard Friedman agreed to grant the bond to Dr. Jumana Nagarala, but she wasn't released until Tuesday as it took weeks for prosecutors to verify the so-called friends' assets and confirm what their actual worth is. Of the 16 friends, 14 of them showed up in person in court Tuesday and vowed to post the $4.5 million bond should Nagarala flee pending trial. These people need to be deported ASAP. And this here is one of the best reasons who need a so-called Muslim ban, at least until we can figure out who the hell is walking through our already overused doors. Via Breitbart report, Detroit FGM doctor mutilated girls far worse than SHE admits. The Detroit Free Press reported Thursday that documents obtained by the paper show much more serious mutilation of Dr. Jumana Nagarala's alleged victims' genitals than the doctor admitted. The arrests of Dr. Nagarala and 2 others last week represent the first federal female genital mutilation (FGM) investigation in United States history. FGM is common in the Islamic world, particularly in Africa. According to UNICEF, 98% of Somali girls and 87% of Egyptians have endured the procedure. FGM involves removing varying amounts of the victims, usually a prepubescent girl, clitoris, labia majora, and labia minora. In its most extreme form, the victim is infibulated, having virtually all her external genitalia removed and being sewn up, leaving her with only a tiny hole from which to urinate and menstruate. Nagarala's attorney, Shannon Smith, claimed in her initial court hearing that no cutting of the 7-year-old alleged victims took place and that excess skin was simply scrapped off to be buried in a religious ceremony. The _Free Press _, however, reports that documents they reviewed show the injuries to the 2 Minnesota girls' genitals were much more severe than Nagarala is claiming. Previously unheard of in the United States, the criminal complaints against the 3 suspects in this Michigan-based conspiracy to commit FGM, Nagarala, Dr. Fakhruddin Atter, and his wife, Farida Atter, describe them as members of a particular religious and cultural community. That community has since been revealed as the Dawoodi-Bohra Muslim sect, a branch of Shiite Islam popular in India, Pakistan, and East Africa. The worldwide leader of that sect, Sayyidina Muhammad Saifuddin, has repeatedly called for the tradition of FGM to continue, describing it, according to a State Department report, as an act of religious purity and a religious obligation for all women and girls. According to the complaints, the alleged victims in this case were brought by their parents, in what was described to them as a special girls' trip, all the way from Minnesota to Dr. Atter's Burhani Medical Center in Livonia, Michigan. The girls, who are not related, were allegedly told the cutting was needed to get the germs out and that they were not to tell anyone about what happened to them. One of the victims told the FBI she screamed in pain as Dr. Nagarala operated between her legs and that she was barely able to walk as she left the clinic. According to the complaint, doctors working with the FBI found that both 7-year-olds' genitals were abnormal looking with scar tissue and small healing lacerations. Authorities believe many more than these 2 girls have been mutilated by this suburban Detroit FGM operation. Evidence suggests girls have been brought to Michigan from around the Midwest to undergo the gruesome operation since at least 2005. According to the complaint, several Michigan girls have complained to authorities that they were mutilated by Dr. Nagarala in Dr. Atter's clinic. Authorities believe Nagarala came to the Burhani clinic on weekends to perform FGM separately from her weekday job as an emergency room doctor at Detroit's Henry Ford Hospital. In her interview with the FBI, Farida Atter, the clinic owner's wife, claimed Nagarala came to their clinic to see 6 to 9 girls a year. The defendants will face up to 5 years in federal prison for each count of FGM in this first case, in a wider push to eradicate the barbaric Islamic practice from America. This $4.5 million is the largest unsecured bond in the history of Detroit's federal court system. Nagrala, 44, and 7 other defendants, including 4 co-called mothers, are accused of subjecting minor girls belonging to a small Muslim sect to genital cutting procedures over a 12-year period. What took this arrest so damn long? Someone has to have known what was going on here. Listen up, Muslims. If you want this garbage, please stay in the cesspool you originated from. If you want to indeed be part of the 21st century, then you are welcome. But only if you are able to leave your so-called religion of peace at the door. Here in the US, we don't do Sharia and we don't mutilate our girls. Let us hope all these people are found guilty and put away for a very, very long time. Please share if you agree we don't need female genital mutilations cults in this nation. Follow us on Facebook at Freedom Daily.